What's going on, everybody? How's it going today? It's Thursday, May 22nd. Hanging out in the studio. Attempting to do the impossible today, right? And when I say the impossible, I don't mean musically impossible. We're talking about teaching, we're talking about education. And this idea that, everybody's kind of been watching me on stream do a lot of work, but it's been on boxes, it's been on the piano, it's been on sequencers. I've never really tackled how to bring the guitar into this world, or even how I bring the guitar into this world. So for some of you who play the guitar and who have been feeling left out and who know me and go, well, man, this guy plays the guitar, why doesn't he ever show the guitar? Well, today is the stream. I got a rig in front of everybody. I don't know if you can see all of it, but I'm going to explain the rig, and I'm going to explain how my rig kind of gets broken down. So I use a pedal board by a company called Temple Audio, and Temple Audio makes pedal boards that have little modules that you can plug in. It's a Canadian company. The board itself has 5 pedals on it. I use a distortion, a phaser, Polymoon by Maris, which is a phaser delay kind of hybrid filter thingy. And then I use the Disaster Transport SR, which is a clone of the Roland Space Echo. And then I use the 95,000, which is a looper. And that's how you heard what we were listening to at the beginning of the stream, right? So I can clear the looper at any time, just like I can stop the sequence at any time. And we can discuss how I write music on a guitar, right? All right, so as follows. You've watched my stream a bunch of times, so you know what I teach is music theory. I typically teach from the circle of fifths, and today is going to be no exception to that rule. So when we look at what we're doing today, a lot of times on the guitar, I pick things based on how the guitar's tuned. If I pick E minor as far as what I'm going to kind of play off of, that's going to equal G major, right? And I just know this off the top of my head. Yes, and so I'm going to go G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, G, and that's our key, and that's our 1, that's our 2, here's our 4, here's our 5. So again, this should start becoming like, hey, I know Joseph's going to do this because he does it every single time we're on stream. Well, guess what? I'm teaching you what I do in the studio, so you guys know when I'm going to write with people or I'm going to share my knowledge, this is exactly what I love to do. So we're looking at the key of G major. It's E minor is what I'm focusing on, is the 6th chord. And that chord is E, G, B. That's just like a minor chord. So it's E, G, B. And then if we were playing that 7th, it would be the D as well. So this is like minor 7th. Right? And now I'm going to make that relate to what I do with sequencing, right? So just like when we make techno in the studio, and like I've taught you in the past, I pick a key signature and I pick a chord and I kind of like gel on that chord, right? So right now E minor is going to be the chord we kind of play with. And I picked that because the guitar itself is tuned to E, and so when I play something like open, like an E minor, it's just real easy for me to play. It sounds really good, right? And that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that's kind of easy. Now, when I hit play, it starts recording for 2, and I'm setting the length of my loop right now. So when I start my drum machine, The looper pedal on the floor sets the length. Now I was going to do 4, but I'm going to do 8 bars. So I have a little more time with the guitar, and we can talk about what I'm about to do, okay? So the loop point is 8, 2, 3, and okay. So there's our loop, right? And I have the point set so that when I start playing the guitar, basically all this is going to work because that's kind of how I set this up. Now, what I'm going to explain to everybody is I'm actually sending MIDI clock from the Elektron boxes to my Electro-Harmonix pedal so that the Electro-Harmonix pedal is receiving the clock, right? And then I'm just counting in my head 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that idea that like you always kind of know where you're at. Now, I picked E minor, and I did it on purpose because now my guitar's in tune. I just finished tuning the guitar. So always tune your guitar, right? And then now when I want the audience to hear me, so super easy, right? 5, 4, 3, 2. So here's my E minor, and I'm gonna play it a little higher up. So it's E minor 7, back to just that E minor down at the bottom, and then E7 again, minor, and that's the higher chord, and I'm gonna loop. Right there. So there's my loop point, right? And now those chords are holding as if I have some musician playing with me, right? So the practice now is the mode. And you also can practice your G major scale because you know that you're in the key of G major. So now I'm going to put a little distortion. I'm going to turn on my delay. So my guitar sounds a little different, but now. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another note series, and I'm going to do a bassier note. So here it comes, and then I'm going to hit record. I'm on another track. Layers of the notes, and these are low chords, and it's 1-5 is what I'm playing. They're power chords, so I'm playing power chords right now because I'm not choosing the voicings of everything. And when I say that, the voicing, I mean I started with harmonic minor when the stream turned on, and now we're just playing regular minor. But what if I chose that minor chord as Dorian? So that's weird because I'd be in a different key. I'd be in D major. All right, so I'm going to pause for a second. Modal behavior allows us to play this thing in practice a couple different ways. Okay? And I say this not to scare you. A little bit of noise on the guitar, so that's normal. I don't say this to scare you, but like think about this, right? We could play E minor as 3 different quadrants, right? E minor could be the Dorian, which would be the 2 chord. We could play it as the 3 chord, it would be Phrygian scale. Or we could play it as the 6, which is our natural minor, right? Our natural minor would be the one that I intended when I started playing this because I picked the key of G major, which turns the quadrant that we're playing into E minor, not to confuse you, right? So hopefully you're getting what I'm saying. If we were on our push, we would be playing in E minor or G major. If we were on our move, same thing. If we were quantized in an Elektron box, we would be in G major, right? So this way we know everything we play is going to work together as a team, right? I'm going to take my next layer because I can do up to 6 layers on the guitar pedal on my floor. So now we're going to go to the next track, and I'm going to get ready to do another layer, and we're gonna experiment. This next layer, I'm going to pick higher notes in the chord quadrants, right? And why would I do that? Okay, let's talk about when you're starting to play your guitar and you have two guitar players. Well, one guitar player would play at an octave low, one would play at an octave higher, and this allows the band to harmonically sound pretty good together, so it's not like everybody's playing that same low chord that would just like muddy everything up. Or if someone was playing the 1 and someone else was playing 3, you have to get strategic with the notes that you're playing as guitar players, or a guitar with a bass, or a guitar with a piano. So for your educational purposes, right now I'm just layering guitar loops, right, with myself. And the idea that the next loop that I'm laying is just a higher octave. So the first ones I did were, of course, just super duper. And then the next chord was this chord here, right? So super easy in what I'm doing, right? All right, let's do that take. You ready? 2, 3. All right, so in the guitar world, here's that lower chord. Here we go. I'm going to hit record. And now I'm going to sneak other chords in there, right? So, and what I snuck in there was like 1, 2, 3 chord, you know, like from D, right? Or from G major. Weird how you can keep playing with this and kind of messing around, and you can just keep layering the next note that's still in that same key. So I'm just going to add that, you know. I can go and undo layers in this pedal, which is really cool. So there's me playing one spot, and now I'm going to respond. Right, so you can just do like, now here's that response, right? Okay, I cleared the whole pedal, right? And now we're going to take new loops, and we're going to talk about what we do again. And this time I'm playing 2 chords. I'm not going to confuse everybody, but I'm going to play E minor, and then I'm going to play G. So I'm going to play a 6-1 progression now. So you ready? 2, 3, 4. So record 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, and I'm just setting the loop length, right? And I'm going to hit record now, so I'm going to loop. There's my loop, right? Turn it on. I'm going to get ready, and now I'm going to play my 2 chords. I'm going to play an E minor, and I'm going to play G major. So ready? My 2 chords, right? So there's the mode 6. Here's my mode for 1. So these are Windows solos. Here's my 6. And then here's my 1. Now, if we're on a piano, right now, So there's my G chord, same thing. So E minor. There's G major. Back to the guitar. There's my E minor scale, natural minor 6. Here's my 1 scale, Ionian, Aeolian, E minor, Aeolian, G major, Ionian. And if I was on the box, I'd be doing the same thing. 6. So it's the same scale on both machines, guitar and Elektron. Do you guys see this? This is where I want all the connections in your head to kind of start going, my God, if I play a note on the Elektron box and if I play a note on my guitar, as long as the guitar is in tune and the note's in tune on my Elektron box, these worlds are going to collide, right? So now I'm going to play, and I'm going to play some chords now on the Digitone because I want that to go over this guitar part. Ready? So let's see what happens. Sorry, messed up. So here we go. I'm going to hit record. So there's my chords, right? And now I can play. So anything in G major. Okay, it's too much, sorry. Over the top. Over the top. Take a break. That's what I wanted. Okay, I wanted you to see that. I know it's a lot, right? We're doing a lot of layers, right? There's a lot going on. And it got kind of overkill. But it's more the point of us learning what's happening in this world, of MIDI helping the clocks all sync so that my guitar looper is in time with everything, right? The guitar looper being in time, one of my favorite things, right? So guitar looper has to be in time, right? And when I step down on that pedal, I know where the 1 is, I know where everything connects, right? And then with the guitar, I also have to know what key I'm in, right? And that's what we wrote down here. It was just super easy, G major. So, and all I did was play like a 6-1 progression. I wrote down a 6 chord, and I also played a 1 chord. So this connection between what I was doing with the instruments, right, is more the language. And that language is no matter what we do, right, we know we're in the right key. Guess what? All this music's going to work. Now, if I had a hurdy-gurdy, if I had a kalimba, if I had a harmonica, if I had a, it doesn't matter, right? We need to know that this stuff's in key and that when we're playing, these things are all connected. And that's what the circle of fifths teaches us. And that's the whole reason I kind of like sharing all this information. You know, it really, it's a big thing. It's a big thing. And that idea that you just start a little space in your heart to study that circle of fifths and to connect your music, the joy you're going to find with other musicians and with writing yourself and coming back to the same page and knowing how you can sing over yourself and how you can get a partner in your music group to sing with you. You never know where this is going to blossom, you know? And I've been teaching music for a long time. I've watched a lot of people that were like, I can't learn music theory, or it's going to kill my creativity. And you know what? The moment you learn a little bit of it and you learn to jam with yourself, you know, to play music and to keep it in key and to do it the way that it sounds harmonically correct. Now, once you learn how to do that, you can break all the rules you want. You can learn modal interchange. You can go way deeper. You can go a whole other direction. But if you don't know your basics, it's just like in drawing. Right now I'm learning draw a straight line, draw a cone, draw a sphere, draw a cube. You know, one of my teachers said that if you don't know the beginning and the basics, you're never going to be good at doing all the stuff later. So just suck it up now and do the basics and get it figured out, right? So I would say to you guys, with music, you want to do the same thing. You're going to say, hey, I got to suck it up. I got to just decide right now, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to learn a little bit of music theory. I'm going to learn a little bit of the circle of fifths, and it's going to go a very, very long way. All right, everybody, I got to start teaching another lesson. I got another call to be on today, so I hope everybody's having a great day. If y'all need anything, you know, you can reach out in the comments. You can email me. Some of the comments I've gotten lately have been so encouraging, and some people have been getting a lot out of the music theory streams. So I wanted to share with the guitar rig, non-jokingly, that you can do this with your electronic music. And slowly I will do more streams that start combining the bass and the guitar to show you more, but this is just the beginning. So I hope everybody's having a great day. It's Thursday. It's May 22nd. Like, subscribe, tell a friend. If you know somebody who wants to learn about music theory, they can come here, they can watch what I'm doing, and they can slowly get their stuff together with music. So I hope everybody's having a great day, and I hope you enjoy the rest of the week. I'll see everybody soon. So yeah, like I said, go enjoy your week, okay? Thanks for tuning in, all right?